This is Off Stage with Otis. Welcome, everybody, to your weekly serving of musical gumbo. We like to say that the Otis Walker Band is a musical gumbo of goodness. That's where we take blues and soul and southern rock and, well, we mix it all together and put in a little Nola funk, and you got musical gumbo. And that's what you got with the Otis Walker Band. And that's what you got with Otis Walker. And so I'm so glad that you are here tonight. Hope that you hang out with us and make sure that you have a great time and, oh, just, you know, have some fun. I'm your resident hack. That's what I tell people. I just bang on stuff and people just pay me. And so we have decided a long time ago, at the first of the year, which seems like a long time ago by now, that we would do a live every week. So I promised to do 52 lives, and I just wanted to do it to learn more about the process and also get to know some people, and you get to know me. We're going to tell some road stories and real life things, why I wrote some songs, and I'm glad you're here tonight. So every week we have the first section, which is tonight's pour. And tonight's pour is the original one, Jack Daniels Old Number 7. It's an oldie but a goodie. Oh, we are going to raise this one in honor of our trip to Bill Street on Friday night. Tennessee whiskey for Memphis Bricks. It feels right. So, if you got something in your glass tonight, go ahead and make a pour, and let's salute. Mm, the nectar from the gods right there. And yes, we do a song you can find on all the streaming platforms called Old Number 7, and it's a standard in all of our shows. I didn't write it. The Devil Makes Three, they wrote it, but I feel like we do a pretty good job with it. And if you come to a live show, not on the album, you get a little surprise in the middle. We throw a little teaser song in there. So if you come on out, I think you would. I think you'd enjoy it. Just quick reminder that if you like what we're doing and you want to be a part of it and you always want to know what's happening first, like next week, there's some announcements that are coming out, and you, I other than one that I've wrote a contract that I can't do anything about. You're gonna know some inside stuff before anybody does, and then I'm going to actually set that gumbo part to go out next week during one of those releases that I can't do on my own. So you'll get it immediately after that. But the Gumbo Pot is just a place where we do show announcements, ticket drops, and special events hit first. If you want the inside track, get in the pot. All right. So, with that being said, uh, I think I'm going to do a song off the album tonight. And you might say, well, Otis, how'd the album do this week? Well, you know, for the last couple of weeks, Roots Rhythm Report has been so grateful to have them. They track international and domestic radio play in for independent artists. And currently, now we debuted as number 30 on the Blues Rocks charts, And then we got all the way up to number 15. And this week we kind of took a tumble back down. We took a tumble to 19, and this week we took a tumble down to 25. But there's another part of the chart, and that is for Alabama independent artists, and that's all genres. And for 3 weeks in a row, Otis Walker, the Otis Walker Band, is the number one independent artist in the state of Alabama. And I couldn't do that without you. I couldn't do that without your spins on independent radio, and you taking a interest in this old guy and his beard. And we just are so thankful that you have decided that you like the album Forward. But I thought tonight I'd do a song that's on it. It's not really a blues song at all, but it has. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it on Friday night because the song is really about my son. I wrote this song a couple of years ago. He was going through a hard time, and I wanted him to know that that I really cared and that I loved him. And I kind of took inspiration. For years, Skinner had wrote this song from a mom's perspective, and I thought, well, that's just not fair because as guys, we should love our kids. And there's so many deadbeat dads and Disney dads out there that gives us real guys a bad rap. But I think you're a real man if you love your son. And so I wrote this song about that. And then I also kind of wrote it in talks of what I wanted him to do when I was gone. So I want to do this song. It's called Could You Do This For Me? You can find it on the album. And if you're on Bill Street Friday night, you're going to hear me do it at some point. I was born in Memphis, moved out to the country. I met your mama and had you, and as they say, the rest is history. From sun up to sundown, I worked hard every day. I was far from perfect, and I made mistakes along the way. My time is winding down. I want you to know how proud you made me. I don't ask for a whole lot. Could you do this one favor for me? Take some of my ashes up to kneel and spread them on the banks of the Tennessee. Take some of my ashes down the crossroads to Clarksdale, Mississippi. Take the rest over to Memphis, spread them up and down Bill Street. Then have a shot of Jim and a shot of Jack. Could you do this for me? Take my guitars and sing your own songs, dream big. I know that you'll go far. Make your words your bond. Do the best that you can. Don't forget to enjoy the little things. Or one day you'll wish that you had. My time is coming to an end, but my love will never cease. It's always with you. Could you do this one favor for me? Take some of my ashes up to kneel and spread them on the banks of the Tennessee. Take some of my ashes down the crossroads to Clarksdale, Mississippi. Take the rest over to Memphis, spread them up and down Bill Street. Then have a shot of Jim and a shot of Jack. Could you do this for me? Then have a shot of Jim and a shot of Jack. Could you do this for me? Well, that's my song. And I wrote that for my boy, Eli. And I just want you to know that I don't take his love for granted. I think that yes, I'm his dad, but I think that fathers gotta show an ounce of tough love, but they gotta show them that they love them. And so, that song is very special to me. But I want you to know that um, we always kid when we first started off as the group. We had this little bit. We would quiz him at the end of the song, and where all he had to go. But those places mean so much to me. I was born. I was born in Memphis. I had to. We did move out to the country to where my parents were, which is a funny story. They wanted me to be safe, and then I ended up. True story. Uh, uh, let's see, two of the kids that I went to elementary school with when we got to be teenagers went to prison for killing a boy, and then the girl I went to my first prom she is recently in self defense, but she shot a man and with a 22. And so I mean, we lived in a rough neighborhood out in the country, so it's kind of funny. My mama brought me back to the country to be safe, and it ended up being probably as dangerous as any place I could be, because I think some of those guys I went to. And the thing is, funniest thing is the guy who didn't go to jail and who wasn't involved that night. He was the biggest psychopath there was, and he ran around with those guys. And I just want you to know that was some tough days way back then. But Clarksdale is a special place for anybody who's a blues artist. It is, the mythical world where, you know, he sold his soul to the devil. And, Robert Johnson, whether he did or he didn't, is just a magical place. And, me and Brother Rob will be down there in April playing at the famous Ground Zero Blues Club. We're going to do a duo show, and then we have been promised a show sometime after June with the full band there. And so we are so excited about that. And then, of course, Bill Street, as a boy, as a boy, there was absolutely nothing more in my brain where if I made it as a musician, that where I would play. And it's funny. I am an old man now. To so I teach music lessons, and this child last week had bit her brother. She's angry, and she bit her brother before they got there. And I said, "Well, I hope you don't bite me." And she said, "Mr. Otis, if I did that, that would be elder abuse, and I'd go to juvie," which everybody in the house has had a lot of fun with that. That she thought I was so elderly that I would, that she'd go to juvie. But, you know, we, we as musicians, we think about things that we're gonna do. And so I always thought I would be, I just have a standard gig on Bill Street, and I'd be a rock star and I would be all these things. And then life happened. And I'm not, I know a lot of guys who didn't choose the path that I was in. And I'm not blaming or saying anything against anybody. Everybody's got to make their own path, and I could have went out on the road and I could have done some things, but once I held Eli in my arms, I didn't want to do anything but raise that kid. And so there was nothing that was stopping me from being a dad as much as I could. Now I did, when he got a little older, I did some consulting and I did other things, but I didn't stay far away, and we were always in close contact. So playing Bill Street this week is it's to me it's I have played bigger festivals and I've played bigger shows, but for me, it's my bucket list, and I am super duper excited to go play this, uh, this gig because it is what I've always wanted, and so I'm super excited. Plus, I know that if Eli does what he's supposed to do, there's going to be a percentage of me that winds up there and will live forever there on Bill Street. So I have no problem with going to my final resting place. Well, where am I going to be this week? Well, it's very simple. I am going to be down at let's see, Thursday night is the Otis Walker Blues Jam. Come on, sit in, bring a guitar or some spoons. We have a back line, so you plug into an amp. You don't have to bring anything like that. But come on out to the Otis Walker Blues Jam. I think you'll find that we have a wonderful time there. Um, all ages are welcome. Anybody, and I mean anybody, uh, male, female, whatever you identify, you can come up on that stage and you can play blues with me. And that's the only caveat. That's where I don't stop, is that we're not going to play anything but blues music or try our very blues adjacent. Uh, so a lot of that depends on the people who show up that night. So it does sometimes roll into that blues rock genre where we've got Eric Clapton and Allman Brothers and people like that. But it sometimes turns into more of a bluesy jazz thing. It just depends on who is up there, who's requested the song. And so I really think that you should give it a try. That's Thursday nights at Tip Top. Come get a pizza, get a beer, and then come hang out for the music. We have as many people that show up that are there just to listen to the music then are there to play. And so it's a wonderful time. Now, Friday night, of course, we've been talking about it. We're at King's Palace Tap Room on Bill Street. There's something about Bill. You feel the history. I mean, everybody that I've ever, that is a hero of mine, that is what we consider the founding fathers, they all played it. B.B. King, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Albert King, Freddie King, they all, when they came to Memphis, they came to Beale Street because that's the place. And so the story continues in 2026 with a hometown boy coming home to play some blues. Sunday, we are going to be, well, I am going to be, it's a solo show at the Open Bottle that starts at 6 p.m. Just me, keys, stories, and songs. We had so much fun last week. Everybody that showed up at the Open Bottle, and it was, now, I'm a blues guy, but though the requests were not blues, we played Beatles and we played Elton John and we played whatever they requested. If I knew a little bit of it, I played a little bit of it. In fact, a lot of people, they'll go and they'll do a 45-minute set and then they'll get up and they'll go away. You can see the dog walking back there. But you know, I played 2.5, 2 hours straight without taking a break. We were having so much fun until I just had to go away and take a minute to run away for a second, and then I jumped right back up there and I played straight till 9 o'clock. We had several tables that stayed the entire time. Said they came to come see just me, and I was really appreciative of that. So there's 3 different nights, 3 different flavors, all gumbo, all the kinds of things. Next week, I'm going to be telling you about a really cool thing that is starting to happen in April. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that. But we are having the best time with these solo shows, the blues, and just making the week in Huntsville, different. You don't want to come see me do the same song every night. You want to see something different, different flavors, and that is the many sides of Otis. And so that's what you're going to get this week. Let's see what else I'd like to play tonight. Well, I'm gonna play another song off the album that we're gonna do at the gig this weekend. It's a blues song. It started off. It's kind of funny. It started off on guitar very slow, like a ballad. And I came to the band that I was playing with at the time, and I said, "Hey, uh, I got it, and I've got it in two different formats. I've got it as this ballad, and then I've got it as kind of a little rocky, bluesy country kind of thing, back porch kind of thing." And they were like, "Yeah, that's the ticket." And so, by the time we got to the Otis Walker band, it had seen a few different lives in itself. And that's what's great about a song is that you might start with it and it might be one way, and then by the end, it becomes something different. You can look on our platform to the song Whiskey and Women, and when I first released it before there was a band, it was very slick and bluesy, and then the Otis Walker band turned it into a high adrenaline, uh, very blues rock song, and so that's what it has a totally different life. And 5 years from now, it may have something different. I don't know. That's the beauty of a song. It becomes a living, breathing thing in itself. So I'm going to play this song. It's called Tonight. And I wrote it for a girl that I liked. It's easy to breathe. No internet or TV. No rat race to compete in the country. Two chairs and a fire and you. Just a cold one songs I sing to you. Let me hold your hand by the fire tonight as the June bugs and the crickets plays a lullaby as the moonlight dances in your eyes. Let me be your man tonight. It'd be easy to say no. The world is so hot and so cold, and trust is so hard to find. But with you by my side, you got me feeling alright. Let go of all my fears tonight. Well, let me hold your hand by the fire tonight as the June bugs and the crickets plays a lullaby as the moonlight dances in your eyes. Let me be your man tonight. The way the hair falls in your face, the way our hands become one as we embrace, as the moonlight play tricks in your eyes. Let me mellow to you tonight. Let me make love, oh, let me make love. Let me make love. Oh, so that's That's that song called Tonight. And you know what's funny is that Tonight has more streams than any of my songs. Then you could combine the rest of my songs. And Tonight has more streams. At one point, it had 60,000 streams, but you know, see if you've ever heard this story, independent musicians. I got a call or I got an email from my distributor saying that Spotify says that your song has been put on a playlist with bots and you will not get any money from these, and we're taking 40,000 streams away. Ever heard that one before? Well, if you're an independent musician, you have. So what happened was I was put on a playlist. Same playlist, what was funny enough, with bands like Guns N' Roses. And I guarantee you they didn't call whoever owns their publishing now and say, oh, we're taking away your money. No. But they decided, poor little, independent guy has no representation. We're not going to pay him. Not going to happen. So we're just going to go ahead and just say that it is and give no proof to why they did. And that's why Spotify, and you can call me liable, you can sue me all you want. You ain't going to get anything because I'm an independent artist. But that's why Spotify is the devil. And it's a bad place because half the world uses Spotify because they don't realize that they're just looking to have the cheapest way to stream music, but they don't realize because them doing that, they are cheating the musicians. Everybody got all upset at Lars from Metallica when Napster came. They're like, oh, he's a bad guy because he won't let us have his music for free. Well, and as a teenager, I kind of thought that, but now as an artist, I realize what, an absolute ripoff it is. Anyway, so if you like what you've done, I thank you for hanging out tonight with me. If you can't make a show, there's music always streaming. That Jack Daniels cover that I was talking about, it's there waiting for you. Old number 7. This has been Off Stage with Otis, a weekly serving of musical gumbo. I'll see you at the Blues Jam. I'll see you on Bill Street. I'll see you Sunday night at the Open Bottle. Until then, keep that gumbo pot a simmering. I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and I hope that you get everything you ever wanted.